all know a guy who only occasionally shaves for big occasions, and it's because that occasional shave really hurts. It's the time of year for big occasions, and yet there he is, suffering with that cheap drugstore razor. Let's help him out. Henson Shaving's line of razors, built with aerospace precision, deliver a smooth shave your dad, brother, and even son can enjoy, eventually. With replacement blades just 10 cents each, you'll buy it once and they'll use it for life. How's that for the perfect gift? Celebrate with 100 free blades on your first purchase, and no subscription headaches. HensonShaving.com/holiday.
Don't forget that your skin is your largest organ, and the sun can be your skin's worst enemy. Dermatologist-recommended Neutrogena products offer the ultimate protection for your skin. From makeup remover wipes to Hydro Boost Water Gel Facial Moisturizer, BJ's has your entire lineup of Neutrogena skincare products. And now through December 3rd, save $4 on any Neutrogena product at BJ's. Love your skin back and save now through December 3rd, only at BJ's.
Welcome to the No Fruit Podcast,
where we talk about our life experiences
with a spiritual twist.
Hosted by Maurice
and Kafa. We hope you enjoy today's episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our, I don't know what to call it, empowerment show, or we're still working it out. But today we're going to talk about this young lady who was considered the mother of Israel. So, what's the importance of mothers? They nurture us, they guide us, they give us, help us build up our inner strength, and encouragement, things like that. And she was a very, very influential person. People needed her to step up in order for them to rise and to win the war that they were fighting. So when I think about this individual, before we even say who she is or whatever else, oftentimes I think about my mother and what she was able to be for my brother and I as we were growing up. But I'm going to bring it a little closer to home and bring it a little more up to date right now. I'm going to express just the strength and joy that my wife brings to her children. And the ability to encourage them to be a little bit more. I don't think she understands how much she does that. And how she truly has affected their lives and becoming, well-rounded individuals, and exploring things and places and whatnot that I would have never imagined or had even encouraged for them to do. So, there's an inner strength within this woman of God, meaning my wife, that I never, I'll never understand me being a guy, but she truly is, one that if she really pressed the envelope a little bit more, she may be like, this individual that we're talking to, she really can move nations if she really wanted to. She has it within her. I know she likes to play the background and things like that, but but when she's ready to move, she's ready to move. So, and that's one of the things that, in this particular story, that in order for things to happen, in order for them to win the war, this woman had to arise. And that's part of the song. I believe that there was a song or something about that, with this woman and Barack, about arising. And, if it wasn't for her, like she had, she was the catalyst for, their win. So I look at that and just, I just want to thank God for, like I said, my mother and what she's been able to do with two boys. But, when I look at my wife, present day, and what she has done for our 2 children, and how they've been able to conquer and do things that some things that I wouldn't be able to touch. So, Kai, what's your thoughts about this individual we're talking about?
Well, first of all, I want to say, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm just taken aback. I didn't expect for you to go there. But thank you for your words of acknowledgement and encouragement. God bless you, man of God. I couldn't do a lot of these things without you by my side. So I think about that all the time. You know, we've had another show where we talked about single parents and things like that. So I'm so grateful that I am not in that category of being a single parent, but I have you again by my side and leading the family. So a lot of those things that you speak upon are only able to be accomplished because of you. So again, thank you for just allowing freedom within the family, you know, again, because you could say no, and sometimes you do say no to certain things, but I think you have allowed the children to experience some things. Yeah, we have to go pick them up at 10 o'clock at night. And, you know what I mean? You know, because they're busy with activities, but us picking them up lets them know that we support them.
Right.
You know, we're not saying, hey, yeah, you want to do it, you get there on your own, you get home on your own.
Right.
We're a supportive family and a supportive unit. And so I thank you, sir, for all that you do that helps me. And quite similar to the story that you're speaking about, the gentleman came to the woman and said that, you know, hey, I'll go and do this, but you got to go with me. Like, you know, only way I'm going to go is if you go.
Right.
So I think that speaks volumes as well to our relationship, that a lot of things that you want to do, like, hey, Cop, if you go with me, I'll do it. You know, and same with me. Like, I don't want to go riding this thing by myself. Right. You know, you're my road dog. You're my ride or die. So we, you know, take this thing on together, and we are able to accomplish much, much more than we could independently. Right. So, you know, again, you know, this series is about destiny. So I think the destiny part is that needed to happen in order for the win to come. Right. You know, so they both needed to go in order for the win to come. I don't think that she could have gone by herself. I don't think that he could have gone by himself and still accomplished the same and had the same result. So it was just destiny. Right. Destiny. So.
Even though I think it does state that a woman will be the one to win the war.
That's what she prophesied.
Right.
Yeah. Or someone prophesied.
Yeah. Right. You know, so I think that was, you know, very important. And when it comes to everyday life, and, you know, they say, hey, you know, there's always a strong woman behind a strong man, or, you know, beside a strong man, you know, whatever thing you want to look at, you know, and that's the only reason why I'm in the position I'm in today is because of Kafa. Like I said, my mom, she gave me, you know, she started me off, but, you know, but for this real ride, you know, it's all Kaf. You know, we, and I know we're giving each other a lot of accolades, you know, but I think this story is speaking a lot about us and our marriage and what we've been able to accomplish just within the last month. And when we show that when we are a team, there is literally nothing in the way, period. And I think we've shown that, and understand that, you know, egos or feelings or whatever else, yeah, you know, stuff like that gets in the way, you know, sometimes, but in order for you to overcome any situation, you have to come together as a team, and understand what is your destiny, understand what is your purpose. And so when Deborah, whom we're speaking about, and her name means bee, which I still haven't put that 2 and 2 together, like bee and then whatever. But
I mean, I found some things about the bee. So as we know, there's different types of bees, of course, but A lot of times they're workers.
Right.
You know, they lead in swarms. They gather things together. So they're a gatherer.
Right.
And a lot of things that they're gathering, meaning pollen and whatnot, they don't benefit from what they're gathering. Mm-hmm. It's for somebody else. Mm-hmm. And then what they're gathering may not be useful, but when they gather it and put it all together, it becomes sweet for someone else.
Right.
Meaning the honey.
Right.
The bee also, it has a sting.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be harsh or I don't want to use the words harsh, but I can't find the right word for it. But
I understand.
You know, when it comes to being a judge, sometimes you have to use a stinger.
No, you're right.
And sometimes you can use that honey. So, you know, I think that's why she's that bee, because sometimes she did have to like use her sting, and then other times she could use the sweetness of the honey.
Right.
You know, so I think that is how she is related to the bee. Mm-hmm. And then bees usually have a queen that they follow or whatever.
Right.
So she followed Jesus. I mean, she followed God. This is Old Testament, so
Right.
So
right.
she followed God. You know, she listened to God. That's what she did. She went before the Lord, and before she made any decision, and that's what
Right,
a lot of the
right.
judges did. Like they prayed about it, they fasted, you know, all of those things. When someone would come to them and say, "Well, you know, we can't make a decision. Who's right? Who's wrong?"
Right.
You know what I mean? We both want this bat. We both found at the same time. Whose bat should it be?
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever it may be. And so she would go before the Lord. And not only was she a judge,
Right.
but she was also a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there are not very many people who have both titles.
Right.
So again, I think that is the judge is the stingy part,
Mm-hmm.
and the prophet, I think, is the sweet part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. So you know, even in today's times, you know, you want to go before the judge, you want to go before a prophet. You know, so you kind of, even though some prophets can kind of be harsh and they can say, you know, some things.
Yeah.
But that's how I think she's related to the bee. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
No, I mean, with you saying that, I can see where mothers would be that way. You know, because as sweet as some mothers can be, there are some that are just like some moments where it's just, okay, that was there. All right.
Or the reverse. I think we were just looking at a comedian the other day, and he was saying how his mom would like grill him and yell at him
Right.
for 2 hours straight, and then as soon as he would like start crying, and she would just sweeten up. Oh, baby, it's not
Right.
that bad. Like,
Right.
So again, it's just that sting part, and then that sweet part. You end it with the sweet, you know. So
Yeah.
even like I remember being a little kid. Sorry to get off the topic, but there were certain foods that I didn't like.
Right.
So they would say, well, eat that and then end it with what you do like. Like, you know what I mean? So, so you put
Yeah,
that.
so for an example, you know, I would have to try to eat my peas first,
Oh, okay.
you know, and then maybe finish it off with my fried chicken. But I mean, it never worked out that way. I would always eat everything I liked first,
Right.
you know, and then
Be stuck there.
you know, eat the pea. I'm sorry, I wouldn't even eat the peas. I would fall asleep with the peas. And I mean, I remember this one time, I mean, my mom, she made me sit there. She was like, no, you're going to eat them. And I sat there staring at them peas.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would rock hard because they were cold. So, and I still had to eat them.
Wow.
You get what I mean? You know, so.
And the kids these days don't go through that.
And that's what that comedian was talking about.
You know, they're just so different.
Yeah.
You know, just
You know,
so different.
You know, because a lot of things that, as we have parented these children, you know, we have not forced them to eat too many things that they don't like. But then also we haven't even given them things that we don't like.
Right.
You know, so I don't know if our children like peas or not.
Exactly.
You know, and for you to have to sit there and say, no, you're going to sit there and eat them peas, you know, I don't even press it. I mean, the only thing that I would say that I believe that we all eat that we're not too fond of per se, collectively as a group, are black eyed peas. As a group, I think you can eat them a little bit better than the rest of us. And it's only been since recently since I've been able to take a real spoonful of black eyed peas. Before, I would labor over one pea. And then, you would look at me and give me that motherly look and whatever else. So I'm like, oh, snap, I got to eat this pea. Or I'm going to be sitting here at this table all night, so.
Well, I only gave that look, dear, because, again, I wasn't accustomed to eating black eyed peas growing up. I hadn't made them ever before, whatever. So when we got married and you were like, yo, you got to make black eyed peas. It's the new year.
Right.
You got to have it.
Right.
And I was just like, okay. And I had to call my grandmom and my great aunt and say, like, okay, how do I do this?
Right.
How do I make these? They gave me a little bit of a recipe. And the first year, I think they were horrible, like very salty. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But then again, I made them not because you didn't say I just need to have one. You just said you have to make some black eyed peas.
Yeah, I didn't. I
didn't know that, so I made a whole half of a bag of them. Now, again, I never grew up eating them. I didn't really know much, so I looked at him a little strange when he only ate one pea after I made a whole half of a bag.
Yeah, so I had to sit there and labor over it a little bit, but it was all good though. So ultimately, as we're talking about this. What is your destiny? And, do you have that Deborah or that Barack in your life to reach your destiny? But ultimately, do you have that Deborah? And whether she's the mother of Israel, whether or not she's your judge, your general, your prophet, whatever, prophetess, I'm sorry, whatever it is, do you have that individual in your life to help you overcome the situation? And as I started off with saying, Kafa is my Deborah. And I know that and I understand that and I respect that and I honor her in that place. So anything else you want to say, Kaf?
No, that's good. Thank you. I honor you and I love you.
And thank you very much.
Call me Debbie.
Okay. All right, y'all. We talk to y'all later. Peace.
Bye.
We all know a guy who only occasionally shaves for big occasions, and it's because that occasional shave really hurts. It's the time of year for big occasions, and yet there he is, suffering with that cheap drugstore razor. Let's help him out. Henson Shaving's line of razors, built with aerospace precision, deliver a smooth shave your dad, brother, and even son can enjoy, eventually. With replacement blades just 10 cents each, you'll buy it once, and they'll use it for life. How's that for the perfect gift? Celebrate with 100 free blades on your first purchase, and no subscription headaches. HensonShaving.com/holiday.
Don't forget that your skin is your largest organ, and the sun can be your skin's worst enemy. Dermatologist-recommended Neutrogena products offer the ultimate protection for your skin. From makeup remover wipes to Hydro Boost Water Gel Facial Moisturizer, BJ's has your entire lineup of Neutrogena skincare products. And now through December 3rd, save $4 on any Neutrogena product at BJ's. Love your skin back and save now through December 3rd, only at BJ's.